Hey!
So this last
So
30 minutes,
a bunch of people watching us just be animated with no sound whatsoever.
This is a pure Gitch stream right here, baby.
That's totally like you, Gitch.
Oh my God.
What we were saying, Steve, is
a lot of stuff.
Yeah, well, we said a whole lot, but basically, if we're not streaming the show here, Gitch and I plan on streaming some kind of game afterwards. So if we're not, if we're not on,
well, we got to do a coffee cooldown, don't we?
What?
If we're not streaming this when you get back, we'll probably fire up the stream shortly after.
Yes.
So just keep an eye
on the ball about checking for the microphones.
I didn't know that it was just going to default to muted. It usually defaults to the last setting.
Yeah, but when it crashes.
I know, but I didn't think about it. I mean, I've had, this is like what, my fourth beer now?
Yeah,
so.
I'm not blaming you. I didn't notice either. I've been watching the screen the entire time. Anyway, Steve, you missed a lot of great conversation.
Oh, it was amazing, and I wish it had been recorded because I wanted to rewatch it and enjoy the discussion.
The mental gymnastics that this dude can come up with, and my just like... I just got a text from Kim. Hold on. She said...
You're probably saying she can't hear us.
She's like, oh, LOL, I was wondering if it was just our internet.
Oh.
Nope. It's not.
Nope. It's just me. Sorry, everybody.
Technical problem gaming.
That's right. Well, yeah, if you're new to the show, half of the show, well, maybe like
most of the show,
42% of the show,
69% or 80,
69, nice, is technical troubleshooting, technical difficulties.
Did I ever show you pictures of Kim?
No, I've been wondering.
Let's see. Kim, I'm going to try and find a good picture of us. Don't worry. I've got a stupid face. That's probably a good one.
Don't trust him.
Oh, she's pretty.
Oh. That is a good picture.
Yeah. It's a good picture of her. And let's see.
Good picture of you, too.
Yeah. I usually take really good pictures. When I do so like this.
Ratman?
Ratman? What?
And this was at Rhino's wedding.
Oh, you guys cleaned up nicely.
That's a good picture.
What did Rhino look like? Do you got a picture of him?
Let me see if I got any of him. I don't know why I would ever take a picture of that fugly butt, but
I know,
let's see.
right?
You know what Ryan looks like, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Looks kind of like that.
You took no pictures of the groom and the bride and the groom. None.
Nope.
Does he still look the same way as when he was the dude on the couch?
That's Ryan. And,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he's bald now. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So that's Ryan and fuck. Can I remember his name?
The Good Eats guy.
No.
That's. David, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, we were playing. We were doing axe throwing.
Hey,
Mom.
Judy, you have a Twitch now?
Yeah, she's had one for a while.
Wow. No more YouTube emoji before every message.
Who got brought on the stretcher?
No bingo.
Yeah, bingo bad. That's what the B stands for.
Yeah. Bad.
Yes.
Illuminati. Never going out. That's what bingo stands for.
Remember, my brother was all about the Illuminati.
Oh, yeah.
LOL. I love the LOL.
I like how dry. Sometimes when people say, like,
That's Chalk.
Oh,
That's the puppy. The 3-year-old puppy.
he's cute.
Don't mind me. I'm just showing them pictures that you guys can't see.
that's why I always do screen share and pop it up on there.
Yeah, but it takes you forever.
It's true. It's more technical difficulties. So when you
He starts like stretching the thing and then it doesn't work. And I'm like, why did he just even bother? Just to Oh, you don't? Did they cover him with a sheet? That person was dead.
No, they were a ghost.
Probably old man Cratchit.
Sorry. That's a insane joke. Oh my god.
Too soon.
Sorry.
You're gonna play bingo with a mask?
Where have you been going down to bingo without a mask?
I thought the mask was to protect other people, though.
It is. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you wear a mask. It matters if another person who has COVID wears a mask. Because if they have COVID and they're like, I don't fucking care, and they don't wear a mask, you're still going to get COVID. Unless you have an N95 mask, in which case it might help. Probably not. Mm-hmm. You can fix it later. It's fine.
I was told I don't get an N95 mask because I'm not actually a medical professional.
Who told
I just
you that?
fly the air ambulance. The Army.
Fucking government. God damn. Just go buy your own.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I suppose I could.
I just go to Home Depot. I bought a kit of like 20 of them and,
Actually, no, they're not authorized in uniform.
That's the
unless
fucking
unless
thing
you're
I've
a
ever
medical
heard.
professional.
That's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
They're saved for the real medical professionals.
I would tell them that you have an immunocompromised wife and they can screw it.
Yeah, seriously. Like, yeah, there's no excuse that they can give that can't be slapped away. If they say, you don't allow that, you just hit them. They're like, what?
It's just like when I was in junior high. Just fight them.
Yeah. Not allowed a 95 mask. Take yours.
Tell me again. You want to say that again?
All right,
Try
Colonel.
it.
We'll see you later.
I'll come do it for you.
Yeah, with your shirt on, your throat punch shirt.
I have a couple
People be
throat
like,
punch
Why
shirts.
does your shirt say?
You just come in with like all of your like everything that I need to see my husband, and like they come up without a mask like,
With the oxygen mask
Yeah.
on.
Don't put on. Please put on a mask. If you breathe at me, I'll die.
I'll come in
And
with
then-
my bandage on my port, and
Yeah.
I'll come in with my rollator, and
Yeah,
rolling your oxygen tank.
And that's when you come in. You're wearing like you've got like a fucking gas mask on. They won't let me wear an N95 mask, and you go, really? Why?
I'll whack them with my cane.
What?
Oh, little Rucker.
Meow meow. Is that a kitty?
Yeah. She used to be our cat, but
Okay.
she was a bully. She was like bullying Sniffles. Like he'd be in the litter box and she'd stand outside of it and attack him.
Hades does that. Oh, I can't stand it. He's the cutest fucking cat though, but I can't stand it.
Well, it's the same with Stormy. I love her, but she pisses me off.
Yeah, Hades is like, I love that cat, but he picks on Petra and Bolt constantly. But then he'll like stop doing that, and then he'll come up and he'll just be like, "Meow, meow," and he just comes up and he just cuddles, like he cuddles hard.
Well, he knows. She knows.
Yeah.
She's like, I was an asshole. I gotta make amends.
Oh, this is Hades, by the way. After he found a yogurt cup.
Oh, wow. Holy crap.
She's like, this is the best day ever. He spent the next 2 hours cleaning himself and loved every second of it. I'm gonna put my phone away, otherwise I'm just gonna keep showing fucking cat pictures.
Did you ever see the short I did with
Sniffles.
Sniffles?
No, we didn't do a short tonight, did we?
No.
I was planning what I was gonna do because you're always energetic, and you were gonna be like, oh, welcome, it's Devin, it's me, and then it's gonna, and then go to Devin and be like, hey, and then come to me, I'm just that's what I was gonna do, but
You didn't do
I
it.
didn't do
No.
it.
It's hit or miss with those ones. Either they get like almost 2,000 views or they get 7.
Yeah,
I don't understand. And like the ones that get 2,000 views get like 3 subscribers, and then they never show up when the show is live. So I don't know.
Kind of weird.
But I realized that, and the reason I stopped doing shorts is because the people that subscribe to shorts subscribe for shorts.
Yeah,
they're not going to come back for the other content. And if you're scrolling shorts and you click on the person's channel, like you click on their name, it doesn't even show any of the long form content. It just shows their other shorts. You want another one?
you have more outside.
I want one of the ones in the fridge.
You want the pineapple one?
No, I want the
On one?
I want the light blonde IPA.
There you go. You can open the door, Rome.
It's in the family tour box.
Brewery tour?
All right, he's back. Okay. Don't let him know we were having fun.
You saw
nothing.
everything.
You saw nothing.
Saw everything.
You
I saw everything.
giant bitch.
Thank you. Merci.
How do you say you're welcome in French?
Très bien.
Très bien.
No, that's very good.
That's very good.
Duran.
Duran, like the fruit.
Durian?
Yeah.
You mean?
Yeah.
Well, durian.
Like the band, Duran.
River Derchi. I'm assuming you've seen that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
I always answer the phone, bonjour. And it was like, what? I was like, DiGiorno. Like, huh? Hello? What the fuck?
You know what I'm saying.
Get on my level.
I always get calls for some random dude that's in trouble with the law.
Yeah.
You
You should
getting
start
my-
singing that stick song.
Oh, the renegade?
Yeah.
I've been getting calls from my dad. For some reason, they'll be like, hey, this is so-and-so. We do free roof inspections. We heard there was a storm up in here. Am I talking to Mr. Nelson? I was like, do I sound like a fucking Nelson to you? And then they just hang up.
I said that to I get those calls for like Medicaid, like medical benefits or senior medical benefits, and they're on the phone and I'm like, do I sound like a goddamn senior to you? And they're like, well sir, we're trying to we'll determine your eligibility, blah blah blah. I was like, do I sound like I'm eligible for senior benefits? What the hell is wrong with you?
I'll say like, do I sound like a Nelson to you? Or be like, who do you think you're talking to? They're like, Nelson's like, nah. And then just it's like perfect.
I had
stopped being polite 3 years ago.
I had one. The caller ID came up as Christmas, Florida, and I had just listened to a Stuff You Should Know about pythons that specifically mentioned Christmas, Florida, and how bad the pythons are there.
Okay.
So I answered the phone, and they were like, "Hello, sir. We would like to talk to you about senior benefits." And I was like, "Hold on a second. Are you really in Christmas, Florida?" And they were like, "Yes, sir. We're trying to call you about senior benefits." And I was like, "Okay, senior benefits are one thing, but are you doing okay with the pythons?"
Like, y'all okay down there? Like,
I
what
was like,
the hell?
"I've heard they're crazy. Like, is everybody fine? Like, you're not suffocating or anything, right?"
Do you need medical assistance? Do you need help?
She was so confused. She was like, "What?" I was like, "The pythons. Are the pythons out of control in Christmas, Florida?" And she was like, "Okay, sir." And she hung up.
That just reminds me of the fucking show we were watching last night, the 911 one.
Yeah.
Where they're like, oh yeah, the poo was just sitting at the top. She kept floating. and I couldn't, so I scooped it out and I threw it away.
I wasn't doing anything. I was just taking a doo-doo.
I was just taking a doo-doo.
Send a police officer here so that way we can work it out. You already worked it out, dude.
You got it.
Yeah.
It's in the toilet.
Oh, man.
Good times.
What time do you normally do coffee cool down at?
Anytime.
Whenever we feel about it. We don't
Probably
really
after
have like.
after the spear we can have coffee cool down.
Yeah, I've tried
Or
to.
we don't have to do coffee cool down.
We don't have to.
Yeah.
I've tried to formalize everything and it just doesn't work out.
No.
So
It's too freeform.
yeah.
I don't want to do a coffee cool down just because I don't want to drink coffee because I'll be up till 4.
I mean, if that's fair.
Yeah.
But I'm happy having fun. So, but whenever we're done here, then we can just swap over quick to
Just
the other
move
computer.
Yep. We just gotta put everything away, and then
This is
it goes a lot
serious.
quicker with this.
Yeah, I'm glad you've been getting good use out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't put it all away like intern Ryan. Oh my God. Sometimes
Oh yeah. Jesus.
cannot find anything.
Or it's like just a rat's nest the next time we go in there to.
Yeah, I won't. I like as much as I want to help, I can't. Like I can. It'll make sense to me, but that's not good for you. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get a piece of pepperoni here.
That is, yeah. I mean, generally this thing coming down, there's not really anything you can do wrong there.
Yeah.
And then but like all the cabling, and then with the camera, like intern Ryan will like toss the camera somewhere and it won't even have been shut down properly or anything. I'm just like,
The most I'll do is probably wrap up all the Ethernet cable you got. Looks like you have 3 different strands.
yeah.
Take down the green screen and run upstairs, grab my laptop.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Ugh.
Stephen Perez is gonna be so confused when he gets back.
My,
Be like, what? We're in a different location now.
Because the computer crashed and he was on YouTube, so it makes
yeah.
a new video. So
I think he was on this one.
he popped in.
oh, he was, yeah.
And he's the one that said that.
He was the one that said the audio wasn't working. Yeah, then fixed ours. Fixed ours.
Discord, what are you doing?
What I would do, honestly, is add a couple like post-it notes underneath your equalizer. Just say check audio. That way, every time you look at the screen, you'll see it.
Well, I mean, really, the issue, we normally don't have the stream crash halfway through.
Well, right,
so-
but it's always a good thing to check the audio like
Yeah.
periodically. Like when Devin was here, he'd be all the way back here, walk away, and then you.
Well, that's why I
that's-
pushed it up
yeah.
to him, and then
he did this,
moved further away. Yeah.
and I was like, "No, dude, you gotta."
But I have tried to explain mic technique to all of the guest hosts, and they just don't care. Like intern Ryan does the same thing.
yeah, his wife is great about it though.
Yeah. Well, because she listens.
Yeah. Well, Devin is also starting to stream more, and he'll figure it out real quick. Because
Yeah.
I was terrible at what do they call it?
Well, intern Ryan has a very aggressive attitude of this is like purely cathartic for him when he comes over here and does the show. So he just doesn't care about anything that's going to improve the quality of the show. He just wants to come over here and vent, essentially. Touch the cheese,
Yep, she knocked out of my hand.
Oh, Discord.
and now it's ignoring it.
I don't know what that is.
I'm just glad it's no longer in his hand. Yeah. He goes, well,
She's the funniest.
All of our kitties have such personalities.
yes.
All of our animals, period, have such personalities. Like Viva's this little old lady. It's like, come on, Viva, let's go outside. I'll get there when I get there.
Yeah.
Don't rush me, Sonny. I gotta drink some water.
Pierre's like, I'm coming.
Yeah. What are we doing now? This is exciting.
Ruff, ruff. I don't want to bark at you. Ruff.
Yeah.
At least he has like a nice quiet bark.
Sometimes.
My dog's barks are insanely loud.
Like huge dog barks.
Yeah. But yeah, like when we had Ginger, her barks were pretty.
Yeah. Wall shaking.
Yeah.
Remember, she didn't bark for the longest time, and then all of a sudden,
Oh, she found the cheese.
yeah, Viva will be a mommy probably.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll probably like put it in its place too.
Mm-hmm.
Listen here, you little shit. I'm in charge.
Now lick me.
Mm-hmm. Now rub my belly.
Yeah. That's the funniest thing she does.
Yeah.
Chalk, when he wants his belly rubbed, he turns around on his belly, and then he does this thing where he turns into like a circle, and it's just like he's Fred Eagle. It's just like his junk is all up there, and he looks and he goes, and like his lips are like they yeah. I think I actually have a picture of at least his face like that, just because I don't want to take pictures of junk.
Yeah, right?
My goal is, and if we end up retiring in Minnesota, this will be super easy, but it's someday I want to have a Malamute.
Yeah.
Because I grew up with a Malamute, and I loved that dog. And my favorite part about it was that all my friends were scared of it because they thought it was a wolf. And I was just like, no, it's just my puppy. It's my Toby.
Did you meet Toby?
No, Toby was dead before we even moved out of the old farm.
So that's one of his legs is open, and this is him just with all of his face is going up, and he's just doing this in a
That's
circle,
funny.
like a U, and that's just what he does.
You met Barry, though.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep, Barry.
What kind of dog was Barry?
Barry was a golden retriever German Shepherd mix. German Shepherd Collie mix.
Yeah, and Ian had Buddy, who was a golden. I had Kayla and Emma.
Emma, yeah. Emma was the one I remember.
Yeah. Kayla was a husky. She was
yeah.
She was not a good fit for us.
Yeah,
though.
she was, but you guys kept her out in the kennel all the time.
Yeah, my parents didn't want her to be inside ever. And
She was way too high energy.
yeah. Not a good situation. So we gave her to one of my cousins that had like 80
Okay.
acres up in northern Minnesota, and she was just happy as shit after that. Just ran around and yeah. And Emma was a fucking awesome dog.
Yeah. Emma was the most fond memory I have of Emma was when we went up to the cabin.
Yeah, she kept us comfort while we got drunk for the first time.
Yeah.
Very drunk. Because we bought
Because we didn't know.
Yeah, we bought a bottle
didn't
of
know any
vodka,
better.
triple sec, and blue Curaçao. Well, I don't know how to pronounce this.
Caraco.
Rocco.
Yeah, blue Curaçao. So yeah, and we were like, we had just graduated bartending school, and we're 21.
Obviously,
Have to be
legal
20.
drinking age.
So he and I are sitting there playing Yahtzee and just doing
we didn't
stupid
need
shit.
anybody else to buy our booze for us because we were 21.
Yes, we tried to make macaroni and cheese, but we didn't have milk. So instead, we made the macaroni and put like tomato sauce with it. It was terrible.
What?
We were drunk though, so we ate it.
And then we ate it, but we were crawling on the floor to cook it because we were
What?
like, it's too high up. Let's just, and then we were like on our knees, like crawling up because we were so fucking drunk. Oh my god,
we
it
were
was bad.
so drunk.
And then we wrote songs.
Yeah.
That was when we wrote the song.
And,
where
like-
he wrote I played.
Bichon Free. I mean, that's basically a Catona Tulier.
Yeah, that's basically like a Pierre or Viva.
Anyway, it was a night, and Emma was there, just like she was laying on the couch, like could notice. I'd be like, Yahtzee, Emma, and we'd, like hug her, and her tail would go like, oh, I don't like this so much, but it's fine.
Yeah.
And we never got Yahtzee. We always just yelled Yahtzee.
Yeah.
You know, that's how it goes.
We looked at the scorecard the next morning and it was like 27, 32, 6, 92, 109, 44. Like,
Like we played 5 games, and you could tell like it was normal, kind of messy and super big, way too big, and then everything was a Yahtzee. Because like I would roll and be like, I can't see, what is it? And Matt would be like, it's a Yahtzee! And then we'd go run outside and be like, Yahtzee! And throw rocks at a stop sign.
yeah.
Because we were so
try
fucking-
to hit. If we hit the sign, then we could go back inside.
Yeah.
And then we'd like throw the rock, and then one of us would go be, boom! I heard it. Let's go.
Or the 2 other things I remember about that is I tripped going up a tiny little hill, and I was like, and then I started like, I was just doing push-ups, man, it's fine.
Push-ups.
And he's like, it's okay, bro, you're so strong. I was like, I know. And then anytime a car went by, Matt would go, and he'd run us like, come back, titties, come back. And we had no idea. It was
It's just cars driving by, but
I'm so glad it was just the two of us, though, because it would have been like, oh man,
It would have been like
It was a
it would have been friendship ending if there was somebody else there.
yeah, like could you imagine if fucking Rachel had been there? Like, oh my
God.
god. If Ian had been there, he would have been right there. With
Oh yeah, he would have been.
What had happened if Rachel was there?
Oh, she at the time she was like 17 and like very, very
Religious.
Swear.
well, very religious. She still doesn't swear. She's still very religious, but she was very sheltered. Now we broke her out of her shell a lot to get to the point that she would make fun of us for being jackasses and recognize when we're being jackasses, and she would call us turkeys and then punch us. That was as far as rage. But like before that, if she saw like that unadulterated like drunk, she would have had nothing to do with us.
Yeah, you wouldn't have been able to get away with that night.
No, well, I mean, the worst part was in the morning. Well, after throwing up for 2 hours each, and like taking turns in the bathroom throwing up. But then in the morning, like we started driving home because we both had to work the next day, and my cabin was 2 hours away.
Jeez.
Or 2.5 hours away, something like that. So we were driving out, and like we drove to the first gas station, and I was like, yeah, I'm still drunk. I can't drive. And so he took over, and we walked into the gas station, and we just bought like a bottle of Advil and like some Powerades and like beef jerky. And we're just like, ugh. And the guy was like, yeah, all right, here you go. Like, yeah, I know what's going on.
I've seen this before.
There we go.
I think that was when I was a photographer, wasn't it?
Yeah, you were working at that place.
Pro-X?
Pro-X.
Yeah.
I went to that job drunk so many times.
And I
Because you were dating Emma.
I remember, well, I started there before. This was before Emma.
Oh, okay.
But I remember going there. I was hungover, and I had a business shoot, which is like when people come in to get pictures for their business cards.
yeah.
And they get 3 shots, and then they just pick whichever one's the best one, and that's the one that, and it's like $15 or something like that.
Sure.
So he goes in there, and like I walk in there, and he's like, his tie's like loose, and he's like slumped in his chair, and he's like, just make this as unpainful as it can be. And I was like, don't worry, bro, I'm right there with you. And he's like, oh, thank God.
Let's get you cleaned up.
I was like, let's just cinch your tie up there. We'll do 3 pictures. You'll be out of here. It'll be good.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And that's also when we discovered that Maroon 5's first album was the perfect hungover album to listen to. Oh, man.
I remember you and I talking about that album and being like, I really want to hate this song,
But it's
so good.
Yeah, like the Sunday morning song or whatever. Like this is the perfect hungover song.
I don't think I've ever listened to their album.
Yeah, it was before they got super big. It was like they only had one single out.
They had that Breathe song.
Yeah.
That was the only song on the radio.
Yeah.
It's getting harder and harder to breathe.
I mean, this is what 2003?
I think so.
I listened to country, I think.
No, because in 2003 we were living together, weren't we?
No. We didn't live together until 2006.
Oh, until after Boston. Yeah.
Or 7.
Until after Boston. I was driving semi.
Well, yeah, in 2006 is when we enlisted.
So it was like 2005, 2004, 2005.
Well, no, it was 2003 that we went up there because of the
No, I'm saying when we lived together.
Oh, that was, we hadn't even finished up our year lease. We had to get out of our year lease by using the
That's
military
right.
clause.
That's right.
So it was 2000.
So it's 2006.
Yeah.
We moved in because I went to basic November 2006. You went right before me.
No, I went. I could not get in before you because they stopped sending people after Thanksgiving.
That's right.
And then
You signed up before me. But
Yeah, I signed up before you, and I was
going-
put into the early access program, and I actually got promoted to E3 by the time, like, you got me to E3. But then for my MOS, there were no active classes starting until after the January class, so I had to wait. And that's when you came back on the winter solstice, and that was a fun week and a half. And then well,
Wait, he broke up with that girlfriend, right?
Well, she was
Kelly?
cheating. Yeah,
She cheated on me.
Yeah, I'd let him know, like, oh yeah, she's cheating on you. He's like, whatever, I just want to get laid.
And then I wrote her a letter. I was like,
very
this
neat
isn't
one.
going to work out.
Yeah, and she got super heartbroken. And like the last thing I said to her for a couple years was, I like the part where you act like this isn't completely your fault, and that tore her apart. And like I got a lot of praise from her friends from that. But yeah, after that, it was didn't talk to her for a while.
Yeah, she's a piece of crap in my book.
She got better, but
most people do when they get older. But.
Yeah, she was at the age where everyone that she was dating cheated on her, and she cheated on everyone. So it was like everything was just like, oh, whatever.
She's just a venereal disease in my book.
She did have a body count of over 100.
That does not shock me.
And well, at least she did back then. I don't know what it is now. Anywho, she's doing good now. She's much better, much more stable, much better.
But her past still haunts her.
Yeah, but you can't hold everyone to their past all the time.
She can.
She can, but she's not. You are, though.
I know what she has.
I mean,
Just saying. Some things you can't hide.
Hi, Kelly. Hope you.
anywho. Yeah. Welcome to the channel. Oh, thanks for subscribing, Kelly.
Hope you and your mom and sister are doing well. No, I yelled at her a lot for that shit.
Well, didn't she used to like ask you about me? And then you would be like, why are you asking about him?
Well, so before she had never met you until we threw our going away party, or the apartment ending party. And then I brought her down with the intent that I was going to sleep with her, and apparently you charmed the pants off and said to me. And like I remember the next day, like I was upset because I was like, all I wanted to do was like hang out with my friends and blah blah blah. And then I came back with Guitar Hero 3. I was like, I'm playing Guitar Hero, and we all just played Guitar Hero together, and it was fine after like 20 minutes.
You're lucky you didn't sleep with her.
Yeah. So and then we after that is, you had your whatever, and I remember you left dinner a couple times. You left her with your parents to go check on Emma a couple times. I remember that.
What, you were with Emma at the same time?
No, I wasn't with Emma, but
He was still taking care of her.
it was the same situation that you called me out on.
Yeah. He was trying to just be a good person, but was just being taken advantage of.
Taking advantage of it.
And then he went off to basic, and I went down to visit Kelly and a couple of friends. Like, actually, I've reconnected with Bree recently. She's doing pretty well. She just joined the army.
Bree, that's familiar.
Brianna.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the shorter.
Oh, the short one. Yeah.
The short, dark hairs. Incredibly sarcastic. I think she's going through medic training now. Anyway.
Okay.
She's in the army. But yeah, like I was hanging out with Bree and a couple other people that I didn't know. Like Doyle was down there.
I don't think I ever met Doyle.
Weren't you in our video production class?
No.
Oh.
No, I just hung out there all the time.
He just
I wasn't
class.
actually in class, but I was in 916, and whenever I didn't go to 916, I just go hang out with you guys.
So he was a year ahead of us. He was friends with God, I want to keep naming names, but I don't want to dox it. Well, no one's watching.
You can use first names.
Andy.
Oh yeah, okay. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, so AD was he actually was a former boyfriend of Brianna.
Bree went to our school?
Nope.
No, at 916.
Nope. He just went down to Winona State and met her there and dated her for like 2 years.
Oh, interesting.
So that was like a weird in that I like that because I met Kelly on Open Diary, and then when I went down there, I went to a party with her and I met Bree, and then I met Andy, and I was like, and like the small world situation kind of thing going on. Anyway, when I went down there that one time, like that's when Kelly was like, she basically had this other dude named Josh that was like at her beck and call, and like they would go sleep in the same room. And I was like, I mean, it's obvious what you guys are fucking doing, and like, And then I told her, I called her on it. Everyone knew, and then I told him, and he's like, oh, I'll take care of it. but I just didn't want him to like be blindsided by it. So it worked out in the end. It worked out just fine.
Yeah.
And I think she probably asked afterwards. Yeah. And I was like, he's doing much better. That's all I would say.
Yeah, I remember you told me that she would ask about me, and I was just like, I haven't even thought about her.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
She's like, he crushed me. I was like, you deserved it. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, it's like, you know, I was in basic training. It's not like I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not like
you were never going to see her again.
It's not like I went out to Hollywood to like try and be a movie star or something like that, you know? So
you weren't going to see her again. I mean, you only dated for like maybe a month.
yeah.
Yeah. Not too serious anyway. No. Anyway, that was a
whole lifetime ago.
yeah, that was a very interesting time.
Yeah. And I mean, I was in a dark place when you met me, but I was in a pretty dark, because that was like just off the heels of getting out of a relationship with Emma, but still being ensnared, and like to the point where Emma lived in the apartment that we lived in together still, and I moved in with these guys.
Yeah,
because I couldn't be there.
Yeah,
because she kept going out with somebody that I had considered up until that point,
right,
a good
that
friend
guy.
of mine. Yeah,
that you went to Boston with.
No.
Well, he went. He was.
No, he didn't go to.
Well, he went to the New England Conservatory.
Yeah, he went to
okay.
different.
He was out there, but when because our holiday breaks were staggered, and I didn't go home for Thanksgiving, but I went home for Christmas.
Oh, during that time, he was in Minnesota the whole time. He was not in school when you were in Boston.
No, he was out there because I went out to his apartment.
Okay, well, for one of the semesters, but
well, yeah, he came out there in the second semester, but it was during the holiday break that because our breaks were staggered. So I went home and spent time with Emma, and then came back, and then his break started when my break ended, and he went home and spent time with Emma, and then came back.
from what I remember hearing and seeing, he was living with her. He moved out when you came home on your break. And then you spent time with her. And then when you left, he moved back in and then eventually went back out.
It might have been the guy from the bookstore that was living with her, but he was going to the New England.
Okay. I don't know. All I know is that's what I heard that he had done. The specific person Voldemort had done.
Yeah, Voldemort. The he who shall not be named.
Yeah. And no one else in that friend group knew. And so anytime like they would bring him up, I'd be like, I really don't give a fuck about that guy. And they're like, what is your deal with him? And I was like, do you not know what he did? And they're like, what did he do? And I told them like, oh.
I don't even think Ian realizes what he did because
he does. I've told him.
Does he? Okay, because
but it didn't happen in real time. They didn't know when you were going through it. They didn't get to see it. It's kind of like, oh yeah, he was a piece of shit, but he's gotten better.
Yeah, well, it was like a whole thing because when we were going through that thing, he invited me to his house. And it was literally like a situation where he literally invited me to his house to be like a cuck for him and his friends. So like I thought he was inviting me as a friend, and I went there, and then him and his friends just sat there and made fun of me for like various things, and I was like, what the hell is even going on right now? Like, I'm trying to mend things with you because you really.
Yeah, you should
fucking hurt me.
Yeah. And
you invite me to this party so that you can just insult me with your friends and feel superior, like.
Yeah, I've never cared about that dude.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. He's so far and above worse than Kelly will ever be in my book.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know about that.
Well,
I think they're both the same.
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't think Kelly was necessarily malicious. She just gave in to her.
She had no willpower.
Yeah, she gave in to her baser needs.
Malicious.
He's malicious, and then she's just dirty.
Yeah. Naive.
Doesn't
dirty.
use condoms. I mean, you could have too, but she could have at least warned.
Everyone double wrap.
Don't do that.
You won't feel anything, but you'll be safe.
No, because it'll break. The friction will.
Well,
Then the baby would have come out with STDs.
Anyway,
Ah, yes.
keeping it light on the show tonight.
This is where we talk about STDs now.
Yeah. This is where we talk about my past mistakes and how they haunt me every day.
Well, it's because of her.
I mean, it's fair. It's like,
It affects me,
it does.
so I'm pretty salty about it.
I know.
I think I'm starting to put two and two together.
It's very easy to. I mean, the math is pretty simple.
Yeah. There's a few gifts that keep on giving.
Yeah. Yep. And there was two possible vectors. One of them I hadn't done anything with for 2 years, and one of them I had done something with 9 months prior. So,
Man, I'm still salty because I was told that like I gave someone something and I've never had it. I've never had a partner that's had it. But a group of friends, like they were talking like, well, you know, it must have come from this guy being me. And it's like,
You're like, nope.
no, I'm tested ready. Like none of
Yeah.
this shit came from me, and none of my other partners have ever had it, like before or during or after. I don't know what you want from me, but wasn't me, but it doesn't matter.
yeah, it's all perception and
Yeah.
They want to make you seem like a bad guy.
Yeah. Well, really, I mean, at the end of the day, like, you just got to be smart about sex. It's not a malicious. I mean, I guess there are some people that would do it maliciously,
My sister,
and there are people that don't do it intelligently. But
Kelly,
if you
and him.
but if you're smart about it, it's fine. Communicate, and then let your partners know, and everything will be fine. Because you never know, maybe they have it too. I don't know. There were a lot when I was after the divorce and I went on Tinder. There were a lot of people that were like, "Oh yeah, so I'm HIV positive. I just wanted another." I was like, "Okay, sweet."
Seriously?
Yeah, like I'm glad that you're open about it.
Wow.
I'm not though. Like kudos to you. Like I literally sent a couple people messages like that were like, you know, mid transition. They'd be like, you know, kudos to you, props to you, good luck. You know, love to chat about it sometime. And swipe left because I didn't want to date them, but I would like to talk to them. But you know, half the time I just get blocked because I thought I was trolling. It was like I'm not. I just trying to be.
it's just not my thing. Yeah.
I'm trying to be a positive force and say good on you for sticking.
Yeah, because it's like, you know, I think in general, people that are born after like 1968 are pretty accepting about that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
'Cause it's like it's whatever. Live your life the way you want to live it.
we're accepting. And I was having this talk with Rhino actually. Like I'm completely accepting. Anything that anyone wants to do, that's fine. If you think it's going to make you happy, go ahead and do it. I may not be comfortable with it right away just because I haven't dealt with it in person. That doesn't mean I'm not supportive of you. It just means I need to get used to the situation, and it's nothing against you. It's simply the fact that I just haven't been in this.
You haven't been exposed to it.
Yeah, it would be the same like if I had to go to, you know, the Bahamas and deal with like half naked women everywhere. It's like I would be so uncomfortable and awkward for such a long time until I just got desensitized to it. It's the same thing. It doesn't, like, just because someone isn't wearing clothes doesn't mean, you know, like, oh my God, they're so hot, I have to blah blah blah. No, it just means like my instinct is to not look at them. And if I do have to talk to them, I'm staring at them in the eyes because I don't want to like.
Disrespect
you don't
them.
want to. You don't want to give them the impression that you only
You're
care about one
ogling them.
thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's,
I have
it's
a
just
friend.
conditioning.
I have a friend that is trans and started as a male and then went female.
So male, female.
Yep. And so has done the whole surgical route and everything. And like now, my friend is like not happy. Like,
And has been for like what has it been like? Like when you met her, they were just finishing the surgeries, but they had been that way for like several years, right?
wait, no. When I met my friend, they had just approved her to have the surgeries, but she wasn't sure if she was ready yet because she had was unsure like if that was so
Yeah.
permanent and
Yeah.
everything. And she had gone through like all the hormones and everything, and she was like working on her voice and voice training and stuff. And a lot of people were just not like accepting of her still, and so she was just dealing a lot with that. And then she found a person that she fell in love with, and they got married, and so she married her wife, and so now you have like 2 females together basically, and then they wanted to have kids, and so they went through like a whole situation with that.
Yeah.
And so there was a lot on her plate, and then finally when things kind of like settled down, she's like, okay, I think I can do the surgery now. I think my life is settled down enough, and this is what I want to do. So she did the surgery, and she did the surgery like, I guess 3 years ago now. Oh my gosh. And she said it was like the most torturous thing to have gone through. And then after the fact, she's like dealt with like, okay, this is my new body. But did it make me feel at ease in who I am? No.
Yeah, and it's a really, like, I've known people that have done it. It's a very double-edged sword, because some people, they feel it's a modern tragedy, because they don't feel comfortable in their own skin, and as soon as they start trying to find out who they are, they start getting demoralized and degraded and made fun of by all of popular society. And then they go through and they do the they do the operation because they think that it's going to help if I seal the nail in the coffin, people finally accept me, and just makes them. It's like, so I was getting made fun of before, and I'm just trying to be happy, and now I'm getting made fun of even more, and this is where I should be feeling
From
better,
both
be
ends of
more
it, yeah.
accepted, because this is, I feel more comfortable. But they don't I sniffles, but they don't have a safe environment for them to actually cultivate their new identity, or the identity they always had, however you want to think about it. But like the suicide rate is very high for people who go through that transition, because they weren't accepted before.
Well,
They're
I
just
think,
trying to get
yeah,
comfortable, and they're even less accepted afterwards.
my theory on it is I
And
personally,
her marriage has fallen apart since.
personally,
if you're not happy and you can't stand your life, like it's going to
you're not going to make other people happy. I believe it's 100% natural.
Yeah.
I think that because even like you look at the animal kingdom, everybody always points to the animal kingdom and there's homosexuality in the animal kingdom, blah, 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 whatever. But you look at those situations, and they find they happen in 2 types of populations, either severely underpopulated or severely overpopulated. Those are the 2 areas that you find homosexual activity in the animal kingdom.
Yeah. Where
And human beings are severely overpopulated, like to the extreme.
Sure.
So I think it's just a natural thing.
well, yeah.
But I do believe that it is. I mean, there is a scientific, like, in science, scientifically, there's 2 genders.
Yeah.
No.
Like,
Well, there's an X
Well,
and a Y
scientifically-
chromosome.
chromosome, like based on the
Chromosome-wise,
chromosomes.
yeah,
there's
scientifically,
2
there are many, many, many genders.
based on the chromosomes, there's 2 genders, and I think if you
2 sexes.
Sexes,
right
yeah.
sexes,
Because they're different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. I think if you're in a situation where you don't feel like you fit into the sex that your chromosomes are,
Dictate.
you are destined to be unhappy.
Yeah. And you can't
Because-
force it.
Yeah, because nature provided you with the genes that you have and the chromosomes that you have, and you just don't feel like you fit there.
Yep.
Then there's nothing you can do to change the
Yeah.
chromosomes.
To some level, it's all about survival of the fittest, and part of human evolution is societal, not just biological.
Mm-hmm.
So like as society gets a little bit more, because we live in a society, as it gets more accepting and tolerant of things, it'll be like, okay, well, I don't really care about that. And so the people that decide to have these surgeries, it's not a life or death. It's like, oh, well, yeah, no, I just got all 3. It's fine. Whatever. It's cool. And it'll be fine. But at this point, at this stage, it's just not there.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are disappointed after the fact because grass is always greener, and they realize that I have the same problems I had and then some, and life isn't fair. So what's the point of this? I'm not going to have kids. No one respects me. No blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like, family,
And that's the thing that is the thing that I think people lose sight of is, there is that idea that the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. And that's a fallacy. The grass is greener where you water it. So where you put the energy into it, that's where you're going to find happiness. But if you're always looking for happiness elsewhere, you're not going to get there.
No. If you just run away from your problem and trying to find peace and solace in something else, everything takes work. And, sometimes you don't have the, like, shit, I haven't had energy to really work on myself for a couple of years. I'm just now feeling like I'm looking forward to sobriety and getting back in shape, and like, okay, putting on my shoes should not be a thing that I have to think about, like, oh, it's gonna tire me out or something like that. Like if I'm just not having a good day, like, so, it's life is hard. Life is hard. Life is a journey. It never ends. You're always learning. You always have to adapt. And the second you stop adapting, you're immediately going to be left behind. And the more you resist,
everyone else is adapting, and you're not staying up with them.
That's why humans are one of the apex predators, because we can adapt and overcome all sorts of situations. So the second you stop trying to adapt and say, no, I like the way it was 10 years ago, you're already behind the curve, and it's only going to get worse from there.
That's why I'm having a hard time with like being ill this time, because I really feel very tired, and I'm just kind of like, I just want to like just be. But I know that this is not the time in an illness to like just be, I need to like, I need to rest when I need to. I need to fight when I need to. I need to like have a good spirit about things.
And lean on family.
I need to like.
And I think that is something that you struggle with too, because you've had such trauma in your past.
Yeah, I couldn't count on people in my past, and so it's really hard for me to trust that people will be there for me when I need them to be. And so I tend to just like take it all on myself. Yeah,
and then you end up drowning in your own things, and everyone else is like, what the fuck? Why won't just unload on me a little bit?
Not drowning in your own things, and then also pushing the people that care away.
Yeah.
Because,
instinctively.
Yeah, because that you're trying to protect yourself.
Anyway, we do like to keep it light here.
Yeah, this is where you come to like get away from your troubles and not think about the problems of the world.
Bigger, more fucked up problems, Oh, you want to hear something super fucked up? This is a net exclusive. Only person I've told about this so far is Devin. So the other night, the night before I drove here, I mentioned that me and Army Buddy went out to a strip club. I think I mentioned that to you. Yeah. Because he had never been, and I had been. It was fine. It can be fun if you go with the right mindset, the right kind of people. Well, he had to leave a little early, and I was like, all right, well, I'm just going to wrap up what I'm doing here. I'll close my tab and I'll go. I don't remember getting home.
What?
I didn't drive, but after he left, it was just, and I don't get blackout drunk.
Were you roofied?
I think so, because there were also 2 charges on my Venmo account for $600 each. To a gal at like 11:35, and one of them was titled "Shh," and the other one was titled "Hee hee 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 hee." And then there was a $60 cab ride, and I don't know how I left the club, when I left the club, how I got into my room, how I got undressed and crawled into bed.
Wow.
That is true. I have the screenshots to prove it.
That's crazy.
What are you going to do about that?
I've already disputed with Venmo. I unlinked all my accounts and had the account frozen. The money was unfortunately already...
completed?
Well, it wasn't completed, but it was started. So the money has been since transferred, but in about 5 days, next week, this time, they're going to go ahead and call me and be like, with like their advanced fraud department. Like, and that's why, yesterday, or not yesterday, but the day before, when I was like, I'm just not really feeling it. Not only was I hungover and tired, I had heartburn, but I had just received the email notice that I had all that. And I was like, I'm just gonna go to bed.
Yeah.
What the fuck to do?
Man.
And that's part of the reason why I was up until like midnight or like 3
You
in the
were
morning.
thinking about those
when you were
things
ruminating,
And I had to
Yeah.
remind myself, like, look, this isn't 2010. $1,200 is not going to destroy you. It will be an expensive fucking lesson to never ever go places with your phone and always keep, your digital banks, but you'll probably get it back. And this is just pretty fucked up right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. I think it's probably a good high note for us to end the show.
I think so. Yeah, that's
Do you
probably
think they
good.
did something with you?
No. That
They
I don't
just
think.
took your money.
I think they just took my money. They saw that my hotel from the bank card that I had in my pocket, and they sent me there. Or I was lucid enough to say, "Oh, I'm at this place," but I don't remember any of it. Like I at one point, I was just sitting upstairs, like having a beer, and then like before that, I had gotten my card back and said, I'm just going to close up my tab because I'm done for the night. And so I finished up I was finishing up my drink, and then I just woke up the next morning and fine. No idea.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
You could have been stolen as a person.
I could have been
Trafficked.
I could have been trafficked. I could have been, they could have stolen all of the shit out of my card and said it was just 2 different Venmo charges. Because, at that point, it's like, they probably use a fake name. I can't really go after them. I'll let Venmo handle that. But if it was more than that, who knows?
Well, anything over $500 is beyond the purview of civil court.
Yeah, that's felony.
Yeah.
Felonious. Yeah, we'll go from there. If Venmo wants to prosecute them, then I'll happily be like, yeah, this is what happened. And then I woke up the next morning.
I was roofied.
But I have no proof of that. I said, I didn't get a blood test or anything. I just thought, well,
according to the soap operas, it's in your blood for a while.
if soap operas are true, it's probably still there. But yeah, I didn't notice until later on. That's the thing. It's like I just thought like, oh well, I clearly I got home fine. I didn't have car keys with me because I didn't drive there, so I knew that I didn't do anything illegal. I didn't do anything dumb.
Well, yeah, you didn't do anything that would land you in bigger trouble.
Yeah, except maybe like walking around intoxicated. But at that point, like if I had been in, like I would have been like, what the fuck is? And then I would have known immediately something was wrong.
Yeah.
And I knew something was wrong, but I didn't realize how bad it was until I was sitting over there on the couch and looking through. And like I opened up my phone and like looked at recent apps, and Venmo was number 1. I was like, why the fuck would Venmo be on there?
Yeah.
And then that's when I saw. So.
Well.
Anyway,
we're going to pray for Gandarf.
Have a great night.
Yeah. And with that being said, thank you everybody for coming out.
Yeah.
And
This is the
on.
shit that it happens to anyone and everyone. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying that strip clubs are bad because I've been to plenty and nothing like this has ever happened. But make sure you always have a friend there with you to keep an eye on your back.
Exactly.
Always travel it with a battle buddy.
And unfortunately, when he left, I decided to stay because I was just drunk enough to not think about it. I didn't tell him because I didn't want Clay to worry and think like, oh fuck, I abandoned him. It's not his fault.
It's not his
Yeah.
fault. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Sometimes you think you're invincible when you're drinking.
yeah, well, most of the time you feel you're invincible when you're sober. You're not.
Well, yeah. Well, that's more of a
Note to self.
adolescent fallacy, but
Yeah. It's yeah. There's the Superman fallacy. It can't happen
Yeah.
to me.
yeah.
Then I'm glad you got to listen to my
Good night, Judy.
most embarrassing story.
Thank you. Anybody that's new, anybody that's watching the VOD, we appreciate you. We love you. Hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button wherever you're at. Hit the notifications so you know when we go live. We do this show every Friday.
Hit the thumbs up and pour on.
Yeah, heck yeah. We do this show every Friday. Today was a bonus stream because we got Gandarf here live in person. Sometimes he
pops up
beams
wherever.
in. Yeah, sometimes he beams in, but today he was here, so we took advantage.
He's normally right back here.
Until next time, pour on. Okay.
Pour on.
Pour on.